Genie grind, I wish I'm getting rich, huh? Remember when I said I hit a lick, huh? I don't really wanna fuck the bitch, what? Willie went and made another hit, okay, like Prada on my motherfucking kid, huh? Louis on my motherfucking hip, huh? Curry how I dunk, no switch, hey, fuck you gonna fuck that bitch, hey, if you ain't gon' fuck with me, you a dumb fuck, put up a hit up for that one punch, look at my bank and I'm getting dumb rich, and I'm gonna count it up till 100.
Hello world, I'm What If Study, and today we are doing What If Deku was a master assassin. Master as in he is a master of those that also assassin. Alright, let's begin. We're going to actually go much farther into his life, starting in a different place. A much more experienced Deku. One who has been through the throes. His face mimicking of that of what you would expect of a master assassin over the age of 80. Wrinkled and distraught, but his face seemed cold and calculating. Smoke flowed from his mouth, the cigarette rolling around his teeth and landing just on the tips. Excellent tongue control. The smoke clouded the whole church. He was statured almost 20 feet above. Nothing under his feet. He was sideways, holding on just barely by his toes, upside down. His body sculpted like a world-class gymnast. 3 men entered the church. The blood eviscerated one, coated in blood, with 3 fake heads on his shoulders, and the rest of his garb was torn to shreds. He was a monk with his eyes ripped out. It was like a standoff. The 3rd one walking in quite joyful, although he seemed to have a slight undercut in his brine. He held himself a sword in his right arm, but his left arm cut off by its own accord. He joked, saying, "Why have you summoned us, master? It's not like you summon us for anything, really." The second one, joked with the leathers that clothed his body. "Shut up, midget. I didn't come here just to be summoned for no reason. What is it that you wish to tell us, master?" He has 3 Uzis strapped all around him, looking almost comical, but his face was still cloaked by his leather. You see, do you remember? As he just slowly starts to unencroach his feet, dislodging them from the sides of the church, falling down, just shifting through the air like an acrobat. He falls down, then stays, lit by his one toe, revealing the left side of his face. It was horrifying, like a beehive was shoved into the left side of his eye. The left side of his face was stressed, taken out by a bomb, and his eye replaced by something horrible. Although his other one seemed relaxed, the rest of his body seemed so comfortable. "Do you remember why I took all of you in?" the short one says. "No, not quite. I thought it was for shits and giggles, but now that you state it, I wanted you to kill me. Raphael, do you think you could kill me?" As, he shifts around the smoke to the left side of his tongue, only hesitating as he bites down, keeping it just without reach. Raphael puts his hand down to his sword. "Oh no, I know where the rest of this goes, boss." Raphael's face is now revealed out of the darkness. As then, he's suddenly a fist is suddenly shoved into his stomach without him even knowing. He looks down, saying, "God damn it," as then he just thrown to the side, smashing into the wall. The rest of them look unfazed. It was to kill me one day. The rest of you, as both of them kind of are so terrified enough that they don't even look to him. Their eyes stayed still. What happened to you, master?" The one with the 3 heads piped up. "You see, I got told something by another master. One that I hadn't helped in a while. I was formed to kill him, you see. As Deku just kind of sorts through his mind, all the way back to when he was on an assassination attempt. After he had killed the lady lover of All Might in trying to defend All for One in a sort of a contract that he had still going, he had come to have to kill the master of All Might. Soon, they had let him out to an offshore residence. They led him to there, they said. What fools. You see, when I came to kill him, I hesitated. I hadn't done that in so long. I can't even remember the last time that I got hit. But against this man, I felt bad. Bad for killing him. As the rest of them are quite shocked at this fact. So much so that one of them asked him, "What did you do then?" As he says, "Y'all look like a bunch of," as you know, like freaking Raphael just sit up in the corner, and it's just like, "You look like a bunch of children right now huddling around a campfire." As the one in black leather immediately hits him upside the head with a Uzi, almost knocking him out. However, he says, "Hey, I didn't come here to be disrespected." As then he's just like, "Shut the fuck up and just listen. This is the one story I'm actually quite interested in." As the one of 3 heads on his shoulders listens in fanatical, questions. He was correct. You do seem like children. Either way, we shall continue. You see, I had to kill the wife of this man's... purposely kill his wife. You see, she was in the way of All for One. I simply had to kill him next. But how you reminded me of myself, in a way. He only wanted to teach for the betterment of the world. I hated heroes from a young age, as all of you do too. Whether they weren't there to rescue us, or what they cause in society. Effects untold. So, he didn't do anything. He just simply sat with me and had a drink. For the first time, I had a good conversation with a hero. Although he wasn't strapped up like the rest of them, he was free. He told me many things. And even at the ripe age of 90, I'm still in regret. You? In regret, master? Yes. I regret not making anyone strong enough to take my place as the strongest assassin in the world. But we're here, master. I know. As he calms the leathered one, saying, "No, I wish for another. I have one final plan." "You have a plan, Lord?" "Yes. This actually requires you to get up, surprisingly. Richard is just like, Of course. What will it be?" "We shall take down, as you say, the strongest man in this world. There will be an attack soon on the UA, and we shall all together interrupt." As he doesn't laugh per se, but he does allude to this in the back, as all of the rest of them fade out to black. We come back in on the... Soon the day arrived. The heroes had entered, but then the villains start attacking. So many lives lost on the villain side, but they did not care. Spreading out the heroes, they were unable to respond, as they didn't have their golden hero, All Might. But then suddenly he crashes down, spouting, "I am here." But he is shocked to find the reaction by the villains, not shock, but in happy reluctance. They showed their Nomu, their ace. The Nomu went straight up to him, bumping chests as a sign of he is not afraid. But then a third party rises out, all three of them rising out of the shadows, not teleporting in like Shigaraki and his goons. "Who is he?" Smoke came from one of the places. Out from the trees and from the tunnels, smoke came. The men from the shadows finally appeared through the smoke. It was four. No. The court of assassination. As the main man, as we know, Deku, walks up to bumping chests, also with Nomu and All Might. He simply puffs a wide breath of smoke into All Might's face, but gives a curious look over to this other man. A Nomu. Everybody is in grave danger here. All Might starts talking, but Deku cuts him off, saying, No, they will stay right where they are." He clicks his fingers as all three of his disciples take to fighting the heroes, making sure everyone stays in their place to not interrupt their fight. He instantly jabs his fist inside of the Nomu's chest, gripping onto its heart, saying, "How about I make a little introduction?" as he crushes the heart inside of his hand. He then tries to feel for the lifelessness as he closes his eyes and breathes out a puff of smoke. But the Nomu just stares at him and then grabs onto his arm and slowly starts to crush it. And its sheer grip force was enough to almost rip off some of his skin. What the fuck? But then his shock turns into a smile. He rips his arm out from the Nomu's chest as they all get to their separate spots. It's a standstill, as if three samurai feeling out each other's power. All three of them would not even make a move. He grits his teeth, but All Might could not understand why he was laughing. This was a life or death situation. I'd expect you, out of all people, to take this respectfully. What are you talking about? This is exactly what I wanted! As he jumps straight in, taking on both the Nomu and All Might at once. Smoke irradiates from both of his arms, gripping onto their throats, sort of clamping them down onto the ground as he throws them through the gravel. The Nomu kicks and claws at his skin while All Might charges up a huge blast and uppercuts him up into the air. The Nomu and him look at each other as then they start exchanging blows. So similar to the original, All Might is having to use a lot of power to try to get rid of this Nomu. However, the Nomu has already gotten one of his hearts exploded. He doesn't have to do much from here. Until finally, in the middle of the match, he just collapses down as All Might is almost out of energy. Fully. He had killed the Nomu in almost a brutal fashion. Something he never thought he would do. And then... a puff of smoke circles around him. Strikes him through the chest as the air sort of consumes all that is inside of his throat. He struggles for air as he gasps before he can strike up his hand up and rise his finger, saying, "I am number one." He's taken over by the gas. You let your guard down. But as he takes all of the air away from All Might, I want a fair fight. As he rises up his hand and then strikes down on All Might. All Might dodges out from the side of it, as the strike felt like it hit. However, All Might is using one of his forbidden techniques. Shifting around from the fist, he gets behind him, gripping onto his shoulder, and then throws Deku up into the air. And then he jumps up. United States, I will use the final power that I have. His light fades as the massive megaton punch blasts and just explodes inside of him. Both of their lights fading out. But Deku opened up his eyes, looking down at All Might in the middle of the air as they both are falling. He can't help but laugh. Isn't it ironic, All Might? Two of the greatest warriors dying here for everyone. All Might, however, was all but checked out, his eyes glazed over. At least one of us shall arise victorious then. As you have for me, I shall use my final power too. With his one arm left, Deku collects all the smoke inside of his one hand and jabs it straight onto All Might's chest. As everybody looks up, seeing the massive meteor strikes that were happening, that exploded the glass around them. Fists open to mix. Explode. The one hero I actually trusted. As he puts his palm down onto All Might's chest, and it explodes out from his body, shredding it in two, completely disintegrating the insides. As they land down in an explosive finale, Deku reaches up his hand to the sky as the sun shines down on his wrinkled face. The cigarette rolling down. He had put it out for a second. He picks it up and he takes out a lighter. Wait, No. He doesn't have a lighter. He looks up and sees a kid staring at him. As he sits down with the unlit cigarette. As the smoke bursts out from his chest, he's unable to control it anymore. It's gone. It was... I'm Deku, sir. Paralyzed with absolute fear. Now, Deku was taken down to his knees. Young Deku. Deku. I see. As he looks to this kid. Maybe. As the kid says, are you going to kill me too? Bring your head to me, boy. As he signals, the absolute power that he commands in this situation after he had killed All Might and become the strongest man in the world was now immense. Deku had no chance but to bend down onto his knees in sort of an authoritative command. He sensed a strong will, a good head on his shoulders. Perhaps. He opens up his hand and brings it to Deku's head. Closes his one eye. The last life of him was gone as it seeped into Deku's soul. He died grinning and victorious. He had finally done what he was looking for. And I think I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please like it if you liked it. And that'll be the end of it. Goodbye.
Genie grind and watch him get rich, huh? Remember when I said I hit a lick, huh? I don't really wanna fuck the bitch, what? Willie went and made another hit, okay, like Prada on my motherfucking kid, huh? Louis on my motherfucking hip, huh? Curry how I dunk, no switch, hey, fucker gonna fuck that bitch, hey, if you ain't gon' fuck with me, you a dumb fuck, put up a hit up, I feel like one punch, look at my bank and I'm getting dumb rich, and I'm gonna count it up till 100.